Hello and welcome. So let's design a simple restaurant flyer. So to start us off, we're going to create a document measuring 2200 by 3100 pixels, resolution set to 300 ppi. We're gonna change the background color to black, after which we'll head to the shape tool, select the rectangle, change the background color or the color of the rectangle to yellow. Using Ctrl T, we're going to transform the rectangle by tilting it to an angle or our desire. We're going to draw a second rectangle and transform it using Ctrl+T. We're going to adjust it to fit the design that we have in mind. And then we're going to make the corners round around a radius of 200 pixels. You can adjust that on the properties section, which is on the right side of your window. You can go ahead to remove the fill of the rectangle and put the stroke to color of white and 4 pixels thick. To transform the rectangle like so, you go to edit and then perspective, transform perspective. Head to the shape section and select the ellipse. Draw the ellipse and set the fill to yellow. On the properties section, you can change the stroke. For my case, I decided to use a gradient.
We were staying in Paris. We were staying in Paris. We were staying in Paris.
You can then duplicate the ellipse layer by pressing on Ctrl+J and then Ctrl+T to transform the ellipse that you have just duplicated. You will then duplicate the small ellipse to have 3 of them along the layer of that rectangle, the yellow rectangle. You can change the fill to white just to make sure that you can see your ellipse. Draw a second rectangle at the bottom just to form a certain pattern that you're gonna see in a minute. Set its color to yellow and make its corners round. Head to the edit section, select transform and then perspective. Place your cursor on the white mark on the side, then pull it down to form that angle. You can then apply images to the shapes that we have just created. So make sure that when placing any image on a shape, make sure it is just above the layer of the shape. And then you hold on Alt key as you place your cursor between the 2 layers until a drop down arrow appears, and then left click. So that's the procedure that you're going to follow to apply the remaining images. Remember, the image has to be just above the layer of interest. you hold the Alt key as you place the cursor right between the two layers, and then once the drop down arrow appears, you right click. We're going to follow the same procedure to apply the remaining images. If you're having a problem with applying an image to any shape, there's a video I created earlier on. You can head to my other videos and search for it. For the images that I'm using, I downloaded them from iStock, but you can use the images of your choice. To transform any image within the shape, remember it's Ctrl+T.
Talk about family when family's all that we got. Everything I went through, you were standing there by my side. And now you're gonna be with me for the last.
And then you're going to head to write the details of the restaurant. So came up with a random name that is a Free State restaurant. So you can choose a font that suits you. Make sure it's caps. Then write Free State Restaurant, set the color to yellow to match the color of the rectangle that you have drawn just right there. Convert the text layer to a smart object for you to be able to transform it. Head to Edit, Transform, and then Perspective. Place the cursor on the middle point at the side. Then pull down until it aligns with the angle of the yellow rectangle. Zoom in and zoom out to make sure it is in line. To zoom in, you can press Ctrl and the plus key. To zoom out, you can press Ctrl and the minus key. So you can do a few adjustments here and there to make sure the angles are as you want them to be. Then you can head to write other details that actually you can choose to write anything. Maybe some encouraging phrase that can attract your customer. Okay, you can decide on the font to use as long as it's appealing and presentable. And then remember to transform a text layer. You have to change it to a smart object. I had to play about with the fonts just here and there to make sure that I get something that I want. Then you can also adjust the size just on the properties section. convert the layer to a smart object, head to edit, transform, and then perspective. Transform the layer to match the angles of the text, that is the name of the restaurant, and also the yellow rectangle just above. And zoom in to make sure that you're getting the angle right. When you're done transforming, just double click. So at this point I was just trying to reduce the stroke thickness of the ellipse that are along the yellow rectangle. So we want to write around text around the first ellipse, that is the big one above. So you just head to shape tool, draw an ellipse. And then make sure the fill and the stroke are all set to none. And then head to the text tool, then click on the ellipse, and then type the text of your desire using the font that you will decide. So to transform the text, you can press on Ctrl T, as I have mentioned before, and just play around with it by rotating just the same way you'd transform a normal ellipse. So after getting the perfect orientation, then click OK or double click. You can erase the small sections of that white rectangle that are kind of blocking the round text. Just select the rectangle, head to erase tool, and erase just a little bit. Then you're going to add the contact details. So first of all, it's a QR code that you can scan to get more details about the restaurant. Again, you can always zoom in to make sure that you're doing the right thing. For the rich as text, make sure it's something that is visible, something bold. And then the location icon. For you to remove the white background, it's easy. You can use the magic wand tool to select the white section. For the mobile number icon, to get rid of the unnecessary section, you can head to the rectangular marquee tool, select the section that is relevant to us, then use the magic wand to get rid of its background. Then you're going to do the same for the remaining icons, that is for Instagram, and finally for WhatsApp. You can feel free to pause the video at any point just to be able to follow up. I'm gonna head to text tool and type all the necessary contact details, set the fonts right. You can double click on the contact detail layers to set the layer style, and then select the drop shadow. Make sure the color of the drop shadow is black, just to emphasize more on the text that you have just typed. And then just to add a few more details, you can draw a rectangle, just place it right there, transform it using Ctrl T, like so. And then do the same for the upper right side, just to form some kind of a symmetry. And then for the stroke of the ellipse, I decided to change it a little bit and made the colors to be arranged from orange, deep orange, to a lighter shade of orange, which is closer to yellow. So I decided to do the same for all the ellipses, just to blend in with the background. So to change the stroke, remember it's on the property section under the stroke, and then you select gradient. To change any color on the gradient, you can always double click on the color you want to change and select a different color. Then to add a bit of texture on our black background, I decided to use an image that had the texture that I wanted, and then just transformed it, adjusted it to cover the whole document, after which I moved the layer to appear just above the background. So I wanted to play around with how it appears. Tried the normal overlay screen, but I didn't find the appearance that I wanted, so I played about with the opacity just to get the texture that I wanted. And then to add the flame effect, also added that image and then played around with its opacity. Yeah, just like that. So finally, I decided to select all the layers, then merge them. To merge all the layers together, you press on Ctrl plus Shift plus Alt plus E all together. To merge all the layers, you press on Ctrl plus Alt plus Shift plus E all together. Then I headed to the filter section and selected camera raw effect. So in the camera raw effect, you can play with a few elements such as contrast, the whiteness, highlight, and other details just to make sure that you get the right fill. Yeah, so that's our final design. You can export it as a PNG and you're done.